Hi guys, this is Anna from the Raven Wolf channel. How are ya? So today I'm gonna try to finish chapter 3, finish reading chapter 3. So let's see how that goes. Yeah, sorry, I'm not gonna show my face today. um, I've I've been feeling kind of tired lately. I've been sleeping a lot. I slept a lot this weekend. So I think that there's some heavy energies going on and my body just hibernates away. But so yeah, I look kind of tired and stuff, so I don't want to show my face. But anyways, let's just go ahead and continue with this chapter 3 part 2. All right. Naturally, most Mayan scholars are puzzled by what appear to be the use of the 260 and 360 unit calendar cycles that do not correspond in any precise way to the perceivable astronomical or organic planetary cycles. The reason for the bewilderment lies in the fact that the 260 and the 360 unit cycles are not originally calendric or time-making cycles, but fractals, indices of the galactic harmonic. As a fractal, 260 is actually an overtone of 26, or 2 times 13, and 360 is the overtone of 36, or 2 times 18, 4 times 9. So we see the number in 260 and 360, the key Mayan factor is 4, 9, and 13. The 260 unit calendar is the galactic constant. The 360 unit calendar is the harmonic calibrator. 260 is constant because it represents the ceaseless round of permutations generated by the 13 numbers and the 20 directional positions that define the least possible set of changes, accommodating the greatest number of the galactic possibilities, from wave frequencies to archetypes. Both the 260 and the 360 are counts that are based on the smallest unit, a kin. 360 kin, or 1 tun, is the harmonic calibrator by virtue of its being multiple of 9. It represents of the number of degrees in a circle and is approximation of the 365 days in solar year. Equipped with this meaningly simple thought, highly flexible number system, the purpose of the Maya is coming to our planet was to make sure that the galactic harmonic pattern, not perceivable as yet to our evolution position in the galaxy, had been presented and recorded. Of course, the Maya not have been the first of the galactic masters to communicate information from outside the solar system to our planet. The facts point to various others having at least seeded the planet sometime around entering to the current harmonic beam, 3113 AC. I mean BC, not AC, BC. But by their place in the history of the global civilization, the Maya greatest and most unique significance lay in the being the most recent wave of the galactic masters and in their bringing the galactic information matrix in the entirely to us. The classic Maya showed with great dexterity in ease how our annual cycles correlate with the galactic harmonic patterns. This is easy enough to understand if we do not consider ourselves to be superior to the Maya, but if we think of them as had been Stone Age, or as representing an earlier, less advanced stage of our civilization, struggling to create a solar agricultural calendar, then this point will be harder for us to understand. In order to obtain a better grasp of the matter, let us flush out a little more the scenario we begin to develop in the preceding chapter. At Monte Alban in Oaxaca, highlands of southern Mexico, we find a curious phenomenon. The they're among the earliest ruins, which archaeologists date to period between 500 and 600 BC, are amazing sets of sculpture figures, animal-headed with glyphs representation vertically aligned through the centers of the body. These otherwise human-like figures are accompanied by what is considered to be the earliest example of the bar and dot notation system associated with the mathematical text of much later Mayan civilization. In this notation system, a dot equals unit, a bar 5 units, and a style shell 0. With these three notational symbols, the Maya achieved mathematical miracles. In consideration to the great cycles running 3113 BC to AD 2012, we find that the exact midpoint 6,010,000 in the 7th or middle of the 13th Baktun, comprising the great cycle corresponding to the dates 500 BC. This represents the approximate time of the Santos sculptures of Monte Alban. In transposing Mayan calibrations from the initial point August 3113 BC, the so-called long count at 5 positional figure is used. The first number 6 recorded to the number of Baktun passes since the initial date. The second position records the current Baktun period. The third position, the tun; for the fourth, the vinal; and the fifth, the kin. In terms of kin, or days passed since the initiation of the great cycles, the date 6,000, I can't tell, 6,000, it's not thousand though. Okay, 6.10.0.0.0 equals to 9,036. Oh my gosh, why is this so difficult? 936,000 kin is like the Mayan date. The key factor in the number 936,000 harmonic 936 is 9. The number symbolizing periodically on and completeness, 9 is the number of the mythical lords of the time, the number representing the original Mayan galactic master themselves. The midpoint 6.10.0.0.0 at which monument of the sculpture of Monte Alban were executed refers to the coming of the 9 lords of the time and bringing a galactic measure to the planet. Whether this first galactic wave represented by the 9 lords of the time arrived or about 550 BC, or whether the date precisely midpoint in the great cycles was chosen to commemorate their earliest arrival, is open to question. Suffice it to say that Monte Alban sculptures commemorate the first wave of the galactic Maya in Mesoamerica. If we look at the Mesoamerica culture scene around 550 BC, what we find is the climax of what is considered the first advantages of high civilization in the part of the world, the Olmecs. The name Olmec means rubber people, for its name Olmec, who supposedly invented the ritual ball game and the use of the rubber ball. Having begun their rise to civilization around 1500 BC, the Olmecs are characterized by the power stone and jade sculptures depicting helmet showers or feline-faced creatures. It is assumed that the religious basis of the Olmec grew out of the late Neolithic shamanic culture, centered around the Nahual or the spirit of the Jaguar. The Olmec also included among their rites the ingestion of the hallucinogenic mushrooms psilocybin called by the natives Teonanacatl, flesh of the gods. Let us assume that following their materialization into Mesoamerica, commemorated by the recollections of their fourfold, Tulan, certain of the Maya became friendly with infiltrated the advances Jaguar priest orders of the Olmec. The name high priestess, according to the Maya in the later times, was Balam, which means jaguar or jaguar priest. Through such infiltrations, the Maya were able to introduce the bar and a dot notation system, as well as the sacred calendar. The ceaseless permutations of the 13 number and the 20 directional positions adopted for us to on this planet as the sacred hieroglyph signs. While the key galactic Maya emissaries became assimilated into the high cultures of the Olmec, being remembered as the 9 lords of the time, others settled their 13 warriors clan and 7 tribes in the highlands of Guatemala and the jungle lowlands of the Petén, located in present-day Honduras and Guatemala. In the meantime, following the seeding of the galactic harmonic presented by the 260-day sacred calendar, and commemorable by the the founding of the Monte Alban, a great center arose in central Mexico, Teotihuacan. And here I can show you guys this picture. And I was gonna say, I mentioned this before, that I have family from Guatemala, from a place, from Petén, right? So I was actually talking, and this is kind of another synchronicity. There's been a lot of synchronicities since I've been reading this book. But I actually talked to my mom, and she told me that I think he's my nephew, but he's really, like, he's older, way older than me, that he runs the pyramid of Petén in Guatemala. So that's awesome. I gotta go. One of my plans, I want to go to the pyramids in Petén and touch some roots from my blood there. But anyways, I just wanted to say that I remember of that when I was reading this last page. And also, they talk about a lot about the number 9. And again, I'm a number 9 life path. But anyways, just a lot of synchronicities, I guess. Just wanted to share with you. All right, back to the book. Emerging by the 13th century BC as a major ritual and centers of Teotihuacan was to become the largest and most extensive ceremonial center in all Mesoamerica. In actually, Teotihuacan, place where the gods touched the earth, like other major centers in Mesoamerica, was built to collect the primal Toyan or Tulan, the place of origin, as the place of entry of this world, nominated by the Pyramid of the Sun, whose base is almost exactly the same measurement as the Great Pyramid of Giza. Wow, very interesting. Egypt, Teotihuacan, grew to unparalleled splendor as a city of abundance and artistic glory. The intensely spiritualized artistic vision of Teotihuacan came to be commemorated by the name Toltec, meaning master builders, artists, and seers. Teotihuacan also became the first great center of the religion of Quetzalcoatl. The plum serpent, as the primary culture hero, Quetzalcoatl is associated with the sky, the star, the sea, the water, abundance, and the cultivation of all the arts and science of civilization, representing the union of heaven and earth. The imagery of the plum serpent, as well as the plum jaguar, abounds everywhere in Teotihuacan, on ceramic wares, murals, and the great sculpture figures of a citadel of Quetzalcoatl. Hold on one second, you guys. Buddy, go. Go lay down, buddy. Go. Oh my God. It keeps moving my table here. Where was I? Plum serpent, Quetzalcoatl, citadel that we find symbolisms of 13 once again. 12 low platform temples surrounded 13, which represents Quetzalcoatl itself. But the third to the fourth century AD, towards the end of the 8th Bactun, the influence of Teotihuacan has begun to extend throughout Mesoamerica. The presence of Toltec seers and the imagery of Quetzalcoatl became synonymously, and the jungles of Petén, the Toltec seers of Quetzalcoatl encountered the tribes of the Maya. It was at Tikal that the marriage of Teotihuacan and the Maya presence occurred, infused with the spiritual luster of Quetzalcoatl, called by the Maya Kukulkan. The Maya began their civilization rise, even more energetically than Teotihuacan. The priests of Tikal began to construct pyramid temples, but while the pyramids of Teotihuacan were 5 levels, those at Tikal tended to be 9, to commemorate their original galactic masters, the 9 lords of the time, and then occurred the closing of the 8th Bactun at the beginning of the 9th. Commencing at AD 435, the date 9.0.0.0.0 represented the harmonic 1296, which is 1296 kin, or day elapsed from 3113 BC. Throughout the Maya centers, it was known now was the time to prepare for the second galactic wave. Bactun 9, the 10th cycle, was a phase for maximum synchronization. It was the critically important period of which to record the harmonic correlations of the galactic beam with the annual cycle of the Earth and the Sun and the Moon and other planets of the solar system. So it was the Maya, spiritually renewed by the infusion of the Kukulkan religion and remembers of the galactic mission, began to construct and record with unheard of fervors. Not only at Tikal, but at Copan, Quirigua, and Palenque, as well as numerous other centers, the activity occurred. Everything had to be made easy for exactly the right moment. That is, exactly the right harmonic calibration for the second galactic wave will be initiated. Of course, the moment was no mystery. In the sequence of fractal harmonics, the great Maya number of synthesis as a record in the Dresden codes are rediscovered by Ernst Forstenman in 1366 and 560, a phenomenon number divisible or capable of being factored by all the key numbers corresponding to all of the harmonic cycles. As the number of the kin elapsed 3113 BC, 1366 and 560 correspond to a date in the year AD 631, while 1366 kin AD 631, it was also equivalent to 3796 tun, or a 360-day cycle completed since the initiation date of AD 683, corresponds to 3,796 solar years elapsed from the same beginning date. Jeez, it is interesting that both on those dates, AD 631 and AD 683, have corresponding number harmonics of 3,796, the former as a tone, a letter as a solar year. It is also most significant that the 52 years span between these days correspond to the span of the early life of Pakal Votan. If there were to be significant galactic phase according to the Mayan harmonics, it could occur in the 52-year round period AD 631 and 683, or between harmonics 1366, 560, and 1385 and 540. Indeed, there are precise dates of the avateric incarnation known as Pakal Votan of Palenque. His tomb was the only like in all Mesoamerica and the only one comparable to the tomb of the Great Pyramid of Giza. It is dated AD 683. It lies within the 9-story temple of the inscription of Palenque. In the chamber in which the tomb is found are sculpted presentations of the 9 lords of the time. Only discovered in 1952, the tomb of Pacal Votan was recently become one of the most celebrated and sensational wonders of the mysterious Maya. The sculptures on the tomb lid, which we mentioned at the end of the last chapter, has been variously interpreted as the astronaut in the space capsule, or the representation of a dynamic king lowered at his death into the jaws of the earth monster. Here, however, it is the legend of Pacal Votan, the galactic master, who declared himself to be the serpent, an initiate, a possessor of knowledge. By decree of those above him, Pacal Votan was ordered to leave his homeland, the mysterious Volum Chivin, and proceed to the Yucatan, the land of the Maya on earth. Departing from Valum Chivin and ongoing by means the dwelling of the 13 serpents, Pacal Votan arrived at Valum Votan on the Usumancira River, not far from Palenque, which Pacal Votan supposedly then founded. Through making several visits back his homeland, Pacal Votan discovered a tower which came to be destroyed because of a confusion of tongue amongst its builders. By means of subterranean passages from the tower, however, Votan was allowed to reach the rock of heaven. What we take from this story? Vulam Chivin is a reference to one of the Maya star bases, perhaps into the Pleiadians, perhaps in Arcturus. These bases, of course, had been monitoring the Maya missions since the first wave of galactic masters. The 9 lords of the time among them had originally seeded planet Earth. Galactic masters, Pacal Votan, assigned by his superiors to oversee the initiation of the final phase of the Mayan terrestrial project, what will be known as the Galactic Agent 1366-56, corresponding to the harmonic equivalent date at AD 631 of his incarnation, manifestation on this planet. Numerologically, 13, 66, and 56, like the factors of 9, also adds up to 9. 1 plus 3 plus 6 plus 6 plus 5 plus 6 equals 27, equals 2 plus 7 equals 9. Pacal Votan traveled by means of dwelling of the 13 serpents, referred into intergalactic passage by the means of the Kuxansum as the galactic life fiber. It will be natural to represent the Kuxansum by a serpent or serpent forms. 13 numbers of movements is also the number of the highest, most exalted of the heavens or levels of being beyond our solar system. The one closest to the center information, the galactic hub, Hunavku. Sculpture serpent beings in transformation, similar to Quiriwa, adorned the temple of the inscriptions of Palenque. A plastic record of the Kuxansum transport of Pacal Votan, galactic age 1366-56. I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm struggling with my eyes right now, but here, let me mark it so I don't forget it like last time. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end it there. My eyes are bothering me right now, but I hope you guys are enjoying this. There's a lot of numbers that I have to say. Here, let me show you this picture. So it says here, the cross section of King's Chamber of Giza and the Tower of the Winds in Palenque. They look very similar. Very similar. All right, you guys. I will. We don't have that much left. We have 1 page, 2 pages, 2.5 pages, let's say, and then we'll start chapter 4. Yay! So I'll wrap it up tomorrow pretty quick, and then I'll do another video starting chapter 4 also. So I hope you guys enjoy. Sorry, guys, I was not in the camera view, but anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night in Lakesh. Bye.